I'm MikaFabs.
And I'm Excoundrel.
And welcome back to Wild Rift Horizon Cup matchup analysis.
And with the Horizon Cup rapidly approaching, we're here to give you one last rundown of the final teams competing for glory in Singapore.
Representing Japan in the Horizon Cup will be Sengoku Gaming. Sengoku has been strong in the Japanese region, and it's no lie to say they were the favorites to win their qualifier. However, how they did it was kind of amazing.
Sengoku's biggest strength was their small champion pools. Now, that might not sound like a strength, but hear me out. Sengoku won their qualifier with a total record of 11-1. In their final best of 5 over 4 games, they played a total of 9 different champions, which isn't a lot, by the way. Their support played the same champion every game, whilst every other member played one of 2 choices.
So if they're playing the same champions and the same style in every game, why can't the other teams just counter it? Well, the answer is, Sengoku plays their unique style to near perfection.
Sengoku Gaming is one of the best pick-style teams in the world. Instead of drafting big AoE teamfight winners that a majority of teams prefer, like Galio or Jarvan, or even popular flankers like Fiora, Sengoku has a very specific set of champions, all specializing in single target damage and crowd control. Champions like Renekton in the Baron lane, Ahri in the mid lane, Braum for support, and Vi in the jungle.
Now there's a good reason why this style isn't quite as popular, and it's due to the extreme level of positioning and coordination it takes to pull off. If every member of their team isn't completely ready to capitalize on a single overstepping enemy, their whole team fight falls apart.
And the answer for Sengoku's opponents isn't to just ban those champions, as the pools are just deep enough where you can't really stop them from playing their style. Mid can contribute to picks with assassins like Akali, Baron can jump onto something like Camille, Jungle can go Nunu, and they still get to play the same single target burst style.
Okay, so imagine, you're playing a fun game of Wild Rift on your phone, and then all of a sudden you get flash bi ulted into an Ahri charm, and then into a flash Renekton stun with a Braum passive on you. Hi! Welcome to Sengoku Gaming, everybody.
It sounds like the opposite of my solo queue games. It is amazing that Sengoku have developed a different style that we see that most other teams play, and I can't wait to see them take it to the international stage.
This is such an interesting team, but I'm wondering if Sengoku's pick style is enough to be the best in the world, or will the lack of depth be their downfall?
Securing the North America seed at the Horizon Cup is Tribe Gaming. Now, you'd think with the competition versus big NA brands like Sentinels, Immortals, even Cloud9, you're probably expecting me to tell you about Tribe's huge upset in their qualifier, right? You'd be completely wrong.
What upset? Tribe Gaming are the Wild Rift gods of North America, and they have been for quite some time. They dominated almost every single tournament that they entered, and when it came time for the Summoner Series, which is NA's qualifying tournament, they won 2 majors in a row before easily taking the championship. With a record in the Summoner Series of 29-4, what is it that makes them so overwhelming?
Well, for starters, Tribe Gaming NA doesn't have a standout carry. The team is made up of 5 of the best North American talents that work together seamlessly.
And instead of having a carry that everybody plays around, everyone on Tribe Gaming will play whatever role they have to win. You can't camp their mid laner starting without their dragon laner Old School carrying instead. And if you try to shut down Old School, now their jungler Tigers and their Baron laner Chuck have destroyed your top side. All the while, support Max Green will play enchanters to perfection or transform in a significant damage threat on his Gragas.
I would hate to be one of the coaches facing Tribe Gaming. How are you supposed to draft around 5 superstar players?
I wouldn't want to be any of their opponents either. And by the way, props to you, Excoundrel. I can imagine how difficult it is, saying all these great things about an NA team. But, for Tribe Gaming, one mistake in lane could turn your lane opponent, crushing your entire team for the rest of the game.
Hey, look, me and these guys go way back. We've been in mobile esports a while. I know all of them really, really well. But I think, that dominance, we need to see if that gets carried over to the international stage, or will those superstars fall short versus the rest of the world?
Over in Brazil, TSM took the qualifier in one of the most spectacular Wild Rift series I've ever seen. But to really appreciate this win, let's give you a little bit of backstory on TSM's journey.
TSM was a top-tier team from the moment the Wild Rift season started in Brazil. The problem was that there was another top Brazilian team called Sor Agradece Esports. And for TSM, Sor Agradece was their kryptonite.
The two teams faced 8 times in the tournaments leading up to the qualifier, and TSM was defeated in 7 out of the 8 series that they played against each other. While Sor Agradece got first place after first place, TSM was stuck in second or third, depending on how fast they met their rivals in the bracket.
This led up to the Wild Tour 2021 finals, the Horizon Cup qualifier for Brazil. TSM easily made it to the finals where Saw Agradeci were waiting for them. As they clashed for the 9th time, these teams gave it everything they had.
TSM took Game 1 in one of the most insane base races that I've ever seen, and Game 2 dragged on for 29 minutes before Saw Agradeci tied the series. They continued to go blow for blow until they were in Game 7, with the series tied 3-3. Saw Agradeci took control of the game, gaining over a 6,000 gold lead.
Despite this, TSM never gave up hope and eventually found their fight, clearing up 4 members of Saw Agradeci and securing the Baron despite a massive gold deficit. After one more fight win, they marched down mid and killed the Nexus, defeating the most dominant team in Brazil and securing their trip to Singapore for the Horizon Cup.
Honestly, you guys have to watch that series. It's gonna be known as one of the best Wild Rift series for years to come, even without the backstory involved.
I'm really happy for all the players. I love underdog stories and I can't wait for them to take their determination to the Horizon Cup.
Oh, same here. And you know what? I have to say, I fell in love with TSM. But will TSM's tenacious play and huge hearts allow them to compete on the world stage?
Alright, here's my burning question. What I'm dying to know is this. Is Tribe Gaming strong, or is North America just weak? Tribe Gaming's dominance was unprecedented in NA, but NA as a whole is a very new region in the mobile gaming circuit. I'm going to have to say if they want to make it far in the tournament, they're going to face a very, very difficult uphill battle. Whilst they've been dominant in NA, they haven't really been challenged, and you can't forge steel without a furnace, and I don't think Tribe Gaming has ever really felt the heat.
Ooh, I love that analogy. You know, what I'm curious about is if TSM can beat teams that aren't so agradeci. While TSM captured Brazil's spot at the Horizon Cup, it was by the skin of their teeth. That said, their resilience and unwillingness to give up when the odds are stacked against them makes them a team that you can't count out. Also a team that, of course, has captured my heart. But if they can keep trending their place upward all the way to the cup, I think they have a good chance at top 4, maybe better.
Bold prediction there, Mika, but we are wrapping things up for our final episode. Let us know the burning questions on your mind as we gear up for the Horizon Cup.